Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn our numbers in English, at least 1 through 20. Are you ready? Let's go. So happy that you have found our channel and are starting to watch many of our lessons here at Study English with Frank. Let's get started on our numbers. 1. 1. And as I say it, you'll notice that I leave a little space in between. And the reason I do that is because I want you to repeat after me. We find that it's only as people say the words themselves that they really learn how to speak it. If you only listen to the lessons, you might be able to start understanding what English speakers are saying, but you will find it difficult to talk back to them because you haven't said the words. So, as I leave a space, go ahead and say the word out loud. 1. 1. 2. 2. Now those first two are quite easy. 1, 2. It's the next one that a lot of English students have trouble with. 3. 3. Maybe in your language, you don't have any words that put your tongue right out into your teeth to say it. But that's what you have to do to get the th sound that we have as part of many of our English words. And so it's important that you learn how to say that. 3. 3. We find that a lot of our students end up saying tree, 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 rather than 3. Bring the tongue right out between your teeth. 3. 3. And you'll find that as you practice that, you'll be able to say that properly so that people will understand what you're asking for. When you go to Starbucks and order 3 cups of coffee to take to your friends at the office, you will be able to say it properly. I want 3 cups of black coffee. That's the way I like it, black. 3. If you go and say, I'd like 3 cups of coffee, the lady behind the desk might wonder, well, what are you saying? You probably know that tree in English refers to the tree in the forest. And so it's important to say it right. Practice with me again. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. Now, I don't know if you caught the ending that I did there. V. 5. 5. I find that many of our students don't finish that up. And they'll say, I want 5 cups of coffee. I want 5 cups of coffee. And the lady at the counter will maybe have trouble understanding what you're asking for. I want 5 cups of coffee. Because you're not finishing up. 5. 5. 5. You have to finish it up because otherwise she won't know if you're asking for fine cups of coffees. A lot of times the students have trouble with that too. They have difficulty ending their words. So they'll say fi when they might mean 5 or fine or fight. So many words have an ending to fi, and people forget to finish up. So it's always important to finish up the word so that everybody will know which word you're wanting to say. So remember, 5. I'm emphasizing it so that you'll hear it better. 5. But normally we would say it 5. 5. 6. 6. 6. Hear the ending on that one as well. Some people might just say si. Si. But it needs to end with the X sound. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. Again, remember the ending that you have to put on there. A lot of English students just say A. I want 8 cups of coffee. The lady's not going to know what you mean. When you're ordering coffee for the office and you need to get 8, if you just go in and say, I need a cup of coffee, that almost sounds like you want 1. You want a cup of coffee. And she might just give you 1 instead of 8. 8. So be sure to remember to finish up. Sometimes when I'm visiting over in Southeast Asia, some of the countries, I notice that a lot of the students that are learning English forget to finish up their words. And so they might say something like, my, why, lie, rye. And if I didn't know, if I was just the first-time backpacker into Vietnam or Cambodia, I wouldn't know what you're saying. Now, because I've traveled a lot in these countries, I know that people are saying, my wife likes rice. But instead, people say, my, why, lie, rye. They didn't finish up. So try and remember when you're practicing your English words, take a look at how they're spelled and try and remember when we do our vocabulary lessons to listen to that ending. It's really important to finish up. 8, 9, 9, 10. 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Are you saying them after me? 12. Not 12. It's not 12. It's 12. 12. Now, the remaining 8 that we're going to learn today all have the same ending. Teens. We call these the teens. And when young people go through these ages, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, we say they're going through the teens. And so they kind of use part of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as part of the word, and then they finish up with the teen. So if you can keep that in mind, it'll be easier to remember them. You hear the three? You hear part of the three there? 13. 13. Remember, you have to say that hard part where you put your tongue out between your teeth. 13. 14. 14. 15. Notice it's a little bit different. It's not 5-teen. It's fifth. F-I-F. 15. 15. 16. 16. 17. 17. 18. Try and remember to finish the 8. 8. And then you can run the T together. 18. 18. 19. 19. Remember to finish up the 9. 9. 19. 19. When you say it fast, you lose some of that ending. 19. But it's still there. We can't say 19. That sounds too much like 90. And English listeners might get that mixed up and think you're saying 90 when you're really trying to say 19. 19. And then our last one, 20. 20. And if you learn those 20 numbers, you are going to be well on your way to learning the whole number system. Because after this, there's a lot of repetition. You simply have to learn the names for the tens, the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And once you learn those 10 more, you can count from 1 to 100 with no problem. And we'll study that in our next lesson here at Study English with Us. And if you want to be sure that you don't miss that lesson, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and that way YouTube will let you know when we release that lesson. I've enjoyed studying with you today. I hope that you have found it helpful. We'll see you next time here at Study English with Us. So long for now. Bye-bye.